Welcome back, Backpack Battlers, and hello to all our new viewers. This is The Road to GM, the series where we random our way to the highest rank in the game. If you're new to the game, you can see all these different classes down here. There are 6, and each of these 6 classes has their own unique set of bags as well. We're letting Jesus take the wheel by selecting this die. Basically, that gives us a random class, a random bag, and also randomizes the starter items in that bag. As you can see, we've gotten Ranger. We snagged the on sale Rainbow Badge. We snagged the on sale Healing Herbs. We're eyeing the Onion and the Broom as well. Honestly, a pretty bonkers first shop. 2 chipped emeralds and a chipped ruby in our Vineweave sack. That's what we got for randoming. Honestly, not the best starter items, but the rest of the shop makes up for it. As you can see with Ranger, we are gold 46. Long way to go, but you have to start somewhere. We put the chipped ruby into the broom for a little bit of lifesteal. Grab the onion, it's free, why not? And we send a reroll. We high roll again with an on sale dagger. You love to see it. For those that are new to the game, again, if you buy something that's on sale, you can sell it back for as much as you bought it. So it's basically free because you can buy it, use it, and then sell it with no penalty. You can also see the rainbow badges already come into play as well. You see this flame, that's a pyromancer item. The rainbow badge gives a chance for any of the class's items to appear in the shop. Should make for an interesting run. And you can see these little lines in our bag between our 2 chipped emeralds. That means both emeralds are going to combine and create something new. And then also beneath that, you see the green line. You see our flame with that coal inside of our broom. Basically, that means that the coal is going to be changed by the flame, but none of the items are going to get destroyed. So that difference between the yellow line and the green line is kind of important as you're planning these bags. And we're up against Kai 2, 16-0, 218 in the first battle phase. They're running double wooden sword, but we just don't care, and we use our broom and dagger to sweep him right off the first battlefield and secure our first victory. And the rainbow badge delivers once again. We see an on sale Wand of Equilibrium. A great early game item. A little too good. It's been getting nerfed a bunch, so check out the patch analysis videos if you want to see what's going on with the meta, what they're changing. And if you're enjoying, don't forget to give the channel a little love. Hit that subscribe button. We're working hard to make sure the content is worth it, I promise. We throw our newly crafted flawed emerald into the dagger. That gives us a 50-50 shot to inflict 1 poison on our enemy with each attack. And we pick up a short bow as well. You could see last battle, the broom wasn't using up all our stamina. We want to turn that stamina into damage, and this short bow will help. We're looking at this burning coal. These gems, they all do different things if they're in your bag, if they're in a weapon, or if they're in armor. We leave it in the broom though, and we grab the rock and send it to the battle phase. We're up against an adventurer named Help Save. That's it? Something is definitely lost in translation here. They've got a hero sword and going for a boomerang. We're too powerful though, and we wipe the floor with them. Victory number 2 in the back pocket. And we're greeted into shop 3 with a choice of skills. Immediately drawn to Knife to Meet You, not only because it's on sale, but also because we already have a dagger, which is a pretty sweet setup. Throw it into the air for good luck, and we pick up this on sale Mystery Amulet. We low roll and get Amulet of the Wild. Not that it's bad, we just don't have any pets to trigger. But the 4 thorns are better than nothing. We get Knife to Meet You on our board, and this does a few things. Number 1, it juices our daggers. All of our daggers are now attacking 40% faster. Number 2 is it juices all of our weapons after 12 seconds. They're all doing 50% more damage, which is pretty considerable. And you can make that trigger faster with each dagger, so can be pretty strong. We have 10 gold left to spend, eyeing this wooden sword. Have a few food options, but as you can see, we are just out of space. So we send a reroll and see what we can snag. Oh, forgot to put this ruby in a weapon. And one last look over to make sure we don't forget anything. We hit a nice on sale wand with our reroll and a stamina sack for a little extra space. We're looking at magic for dummies here as well. They buffed it last patch, so it's a little bit better. They've been putting a lot of effort, the developers have been putting a lot of effort toward spell mage. They want to make it better. And I'm thinking about if we can leverage that in our Rainbow Badge Ranger build. Ultimately, though, after we buy the Stam Sack, after we buy that on-sale wand, we don't have enough gold to make the purchase, and it's not a good enough item to justify reserving. So we give our bag one final look over, and we send into the battle phase. And we get paired up against the Reaper JX Henez. They've got a double buckler mushroom torch with an amulet of life kicker. Nothing too scary. You can see we're using a decent amount of stam, but nothing too crazy. We've got a nice damage output and a good amount of buffs for the early game thanks to our double wand, plus the rainbow badge. And we're greeted into the next shop by an on-sale dagger. Huge synergy with our knife to meet you skill. So absolutely, I'm going to pick that up. We had a very strong early game, and now our job is to leverage that strength into the mid game and transition our build, scale it up. We're eyeing this box of gems, but I'm a little worried about grabbing it this early. It's kind of a finisher on top. So kind of once you have all your build together, you can sprinkle those little gems right on the top of it, and it just juices that build, makes it pop. We don't have our build yet, though, so picking it up this early, it's going to crowd the shop with gems, which we don't really want. Granted, you can take it in and off on the board, but it's a lot to manage. I think the gold is better spent elsewhere. So we're eyeing everything else in the shop. We have 10 gold left to spend. We're eyeing the broccoli option. We're eyeing the customer card option. And after careful consideration, we decide that none of this is really going to get us to where we need to go. So we decide to hold a tassel of rerolling and give it a nice reroll. And we're greeted with the chessboard. If you couldn't tell, I've got the patch notes embedded in my brain. And for the past like 3 patches, they've been buffing chessboard. So it's kind of intriguing to me. I still think it's hard to manage. Like I have no clue how I'm going to fit all this on my board and make it work. But they just keep buffing it. So I'm intrigued. We pick it up and we send a reroll. You can see we're running into a little bit of space issues. Luckily, we hit on a fanny pack in the next shop. So we pick it up, do a little rearrange. We're kind of at the point where the build is diverging and we don't really have a cohesive strategy. But that's a problem for future Cruel. We throw our chess pieces on the board and we send into battle phase. And we get paired up against the mage Z Sadist. They've got a double wand girl power shovel build with 2 magic for dummies, a banana and some blueberries for the magic for dummies to use, and a hero sword with some charcoal in it. And you can see despite the lack of cohesion in our build, we just have so much DPS that even though they're generating a ton of extra HP with their magic for dummies, we just blast them down. I'm intrigued by the knight. I'm intrigued by the on-sale mushroom. We pick up the on-sale mushroom. Why not? It's free. And we send a reroll. We hit and land on some desperately needed space with the leather bag, so we pick that up. We're eyeing the short bow as well. We already have one. And what's better than 1 short bow than 2 short bows? Extra damage. Just keep with the theme of blowing them up before they can get online. One last look over the board, and we send into the battle phase. And we get paired up against Vainleux. They're a ranger just like us. Pretty similar build, but you can see our build is working just a little bit better. We bet heavy on the damage, and it's working for us. And we go into shop 6 with 5 wins, 0 losses. That being said, it was very close. We've got a lot of work cut out for us. The Black Knight greets us once again, and this time it's too much to resist. We snag him and throw him on the board. So we have a nice little chain where the white pawn captures the black pawn, and then the Black Knight captures the white pawn. And when this happens, we get a little vamp and a little regen. And we reroll into a pretty good shop, honestly. We've got an on-sale white knight, on-sale bloobs, fanny pack. And you can see chess is a little bit of a nightmare to play here. Whenever you move the board or change anything around, you kind of have to rethink everything. It's my first time playing it, so I'm still kind of feeling the ropes, and maybe there's a way to incorporate it a little bit better than I'm doing. I'm sure there is. We're eyeing the white knight. Triggering 25% faster doesn't necessarily benefit us that much. I guess I could set it up so the Black Knight captures and we're generating more vamp, which is more appealing to me. But it seems just hard to work with, the system in general. is a little too specific for me. We pick it up despite the misgivings, snag the on-sale bloobs. We have a lot to work on the road to GM. One thing that I see, you have to be willing to trade items in and out. Sometimes I get married to an idea or items, and if they're just not working with our board, we got to be able and willing to trade them out. Anyway, we leave the stone and the flame off, and we send into the battle phase, and we get paired up against the Pyromancer Need for Weed. And this battle starts to expose some problems with our build. You can see they have the Berserker badge and an axe combined with an oil lamp. That gives them some scaling, and they also have that health potion and armor amulet that prevents us from bursting them down, and they're able to outscale us, and we take our first loss of the game. Now we have some soul searching to do. It's clear the broom double short bow is not going to carry us any further. It's done a lot of heavy lifting for us, cruised through the early and mid game, but it's just not scaling anymore. We got to find an out. And lucky for us, our out is handed to us straight on a silver platter here. In this shop, we have a ripsaw along with a waystone. That's everything we need to make a katana, which is a fast weapon with a lot more DPS than a broom, I'll tell you that. So we get everything that we need for the katana on the board. We sold our broom. Thank you, Mr. Broom, for all your help. And we re-roll and hit pretty big here. We get a fanny pack and an oil lamp that's on sale. That's going to give us some nice scaling and some nice speed on this katana. We have to take everything apart and rethink a few things here to get everything on the board the way we need it to, but a well-worthy endeavor to make sure that we're set up for the next battle. And we sped it up ×4. Now that that is taken care of, we send it to the next battle phase, and we get paired up against the Russian Berserker Lemmy. They're mirroring our rainbow badge. They've got a lot of bananas, 2 hero swords, and it looks like they're making a pandemonia. However, despite their battle rage, it's not enough. Our new ripsaw is just going to work. It's not even a katana, and we're still just cranking damage. And we go into shop 8. 6 wins, 1 loss. Katana complete, and we have the opportunity to choose a subclass. You can see Lifebender is on sale. That gives us the Yggdrasil. It uses a bunch of mana to heal and cleanse. We don't really have mana generation though, so not that compelling of a choice for us. We look over the other options as well. Beastmaster, it kind of likes pets. We have no pets. We've got Pathfinder, which is kind of a Thorns build. We do have a little bit of Thorns, but nothing that's really going to synergize here with us. Really choosing the Rainbow Badge at the start locked us into Hunter. Pretty straightforward to use. Basically, you throw it on your weapon. It gives it crit and a chance to gain luck. You can put other weapons around it, and you're good to go. There's also Gravekeeper, which is kind of a luck-based build. But again, because we chose Rainbow Badge at the start, we don't have a ton of Ranger items. We're not generating a ton of luck, so not ideal for us. We pick Hunter as our subclass. We throw the Piercing Arrow on our board to juice the Katana. Our Katana's loaded up with gems now as well. Let's see what we can do with the remaining 13 gold to juice our build. You can see the hesitation as I drag this glowing crown over to our board. Ultimately, I think it's a good pickup. If we're blinded, we're not hitting. Our whole build involves just out damaging the other person, so blind is really disastrous to us. In addition, we are generating some mana, so we may be able to take advantage of that invulnerability. We sell the chessboard, the chess dream is dead, and we're eyeing this Cap of Resilience. It's a great late game item. The stun resist and the chance to resist critical hits can be game winning. Ultimately decide against it though. Could be a misplay. Maybe rolling would have been a better play here, but now we will never know. We do a little final housekeeping and we send into the battle phase. And we get paired up against the Adventure Avru. They're going ukulele. They don't really have a weapon though. Just a big food chain and that squirrel archer. Interesting build. Does not seem very scary. I guess with the giraffe the idea was some sort of fatigue build, but it's clear it needs to cook a little bit longer. We clean it up handily. And we're greeted into Shop 9 by a treasure chest. Everyone here knows I love mystery boxes, so of course we take the risk. And honestly, we're rewarded for it. We get the Cat Spirit Companion, which is going to give our star items critical hit, so we use it to juice our katana even further. The hunter's arrow is going to give it crit. Now we have this cat spirit companion, which will also give it crit. In addition, it's going to convert some mana and luck into empower for us, which is going to juice our katana even further. We also got a shell totem as well. Not thrilled about it, but could be good. Now we have the difficult task of trying to get everything to fit on our board. Luckily, we were able to get a leather sack in this shop. It's going to give us 4 more spaces, which is going to help. We press the hotkey to take everything off our board and begin the process of rebuilding, but sped up 20,000%. Now that's all taken care of. We send into the battle phase. And we're up against the mage Shubfredson. They went a battle mage poison spear build. You can see it's very close, but our crit is working correctly. We get that lucky katana crit for 47, and that clutches us out the victory. And we enter shop 10, 8 wins, 1 loss. And we have the opportunity to pick a second skill. Choices here between more stats, Acorn Ace, Fortuna's Kiss, Mana Mastery, or Mystery Box. Both Fortuna's Kiss and Mana Mastery are on sale. More stats is kind of lackluster here. 10% more HP and 5% weapon damage. It's decent, but there are better choices. And the same logic applies to Mana Mastery. Would be good if we had a bunch of mana orbs. However, we do not. So that has us picking between Fortuna's Kiss or Acorn Ace. Honestly, a pretty tough choice for us here. I think Acorn Ace in a vacuum is better. However, we're playing Rainbow Badge and we have no collars. So if you have no collars, it's doing nothing for you. Fortuna's Kiss is good. We don't really have a chance-based attack on our katana though. So it would just be printing luck for us and other buffs. We end up going Fortuna's Kiss, and we do the big brain play of pairing it with our Hunter's Arrow. So we've got more chance of printing luck when our items activate, and we also have a higher chance to crit. So in the end, pretty good. Fate can be cruel though, and right after we pick our skill, the shop presents us with an on-sale acorn collar. Still a very good item, and of course we're going to buy it. We're eyeing broccoli here. We're eyeing the mage hat, another item that they've been buffing quite a bit. However, we just don't have the space. Some big hesitation here as we think through our next moves. We have 15 gold to spend, and we got to juice this board a little bit more. We end up pulling the trigger and buying a pig. I don't love this at round 10. We are already running into space issues, and it's already so late in the game that it's doubtful we'll see a return. But hindsight's perfect. We buy the pig and reroll. We hit big on the reroll, seeing a fanfare, this flute thing. We have 2 items that are using some of our mana. We have the cat, which is using mana, and we have the crown, which can invuln if we get enough mana. So if we put this flute on the board, we'll be generating a little bit more mana, which is cool. We spend some time thinking about positioning. I think this is one of my biggest areas for improvement. Sometimes I just kind of YOLO my stuff onto the board and send it. If you watch people in, masters or grandma rank, they're spending a lot of time thinking about how things interact on their board and how to optimize. So definitely some room to improve here. We snag our 3rd on-sale dagger for the run. Huge knife to meet you. We're hitting big with the daggers, which is awesome to see. We get that 3rd dagger on the board and we send a reroll. We hit on an on-sale bow and arrow, which I like the idea of. We don't have enough money to buy it though. So we spend some time thinking about it, do some last stage optimizations, and we send into the battle phase. And we end up getting paired up against the Berserker Vic. They've got a double axe, which is scary on its own. In addition to that, they've got a ton of thorns. So we end up just rotting ourselves away on the thorns of this Berserker and take our 2nd loss of the game. Shop 11 greets us with an on-sale holy armor. I love the idea of this 65 armor. It's going to give us just a little bit more sustain, but it's clear that our build is lacking some special sauce. We're also missing a ton on these bags. These small protective pouches aren't giving us enough space to expand. Probably should do some liquidation and a little bit of rearranging to fix this up. Luckily, we reroll and hit a fanny pack, which gives us enough room to throw on our armor, which we bought. We do a little consolidation, we reroll again, but now it's cost prohibitive. You can see our reroll is double the cost, so we just send into the battle phase. And we're up against the Ranger Mercsman 91. They've got a Hero Sword build. They also went Hunter subspec, and they've got a shield, which is giving us a little bit of stam issues. Luckily, we've got the damage to burst him down, and the stam isn't a huge problem for us. A potion belt along with the gin lamp greets us in shop 12. We have 18 gold in our pocket to burn, so let's spend it. We decide to pass on the gin lamp, and we reroll. We're greeted with an impractically large greatsword on sale, along with a waystone on sale. Considering a mana orb as well, but I'm not sure we'll ever get enough mana for it to pop, so I don't think it's going to be very beneficial. We pull the trigger anyway, though. It will generate some mana, and our mana using items will certainly appreciate it, so. Looking back over the build, it does lack that certain je ne sais quoi, that certain element that's gonna make it pop off and really go ham. I think Rainbow Badge just makes it so hard to focus. You're presented, first it dilutes the pool with everything, so not only are you getting the ranger items, but you're getting all the other items in the whole game. So it's really hard to focus down. That being said, it's a good item, so I don't know. It's tough to make a strong, cohesive build with, though. We do some final optimizations, send one last reroll, and hit on a stamina pack, so we go ahead and pick that up. That uses our last 5 gold. We get the pig on the board, we get the twine on the board, and we send into the battle phase. And we're paired up against the Reaper HG Friedenstab. They're going a whip vamp build with a poison kicker here. Double shield as well. They've got a ton of armor, however, we're critting left and right, and we come in with a clutch invulnerability there near the end. The mana orb payoff is huge, and we're able to pull out a victory from the jaws of defeat. Pretty good record, but I don't think this build is going to be built for survival mode, so we'll take the MMR, and we'll call it a day. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, don't hesitate to check out my other videos. Thanks again.